break here. I just wanted to shoot a video to show you how I'm training the side splits. The approach that I'm going to take is going to be very neurologically focused. The reason for this is the central nervous system is what actually regulates a majority of a range that you're training. So it's not that your tissue is short, it's that neurologically you're creating a contraction to stop going into a range that you don't have control over yet. So everything that we're going to do is at end range, and we're going to be focusing on gaining control at end range so then we can have access to more and more and more range. I have the tissue, it's there, it's ready. I need to train my nervous system to control the tissue at these expanded ranges, and that's what we're going to be doing. So I've got things set up here. So in the gym, I've got the box up and I've got a half foam roller on here. I'm going to be sliding down, and this is where I started the other day. So I've got it a bit lower over my few days of training. You can see those pictures on the group, and I'll continue to put pictures up as we go. So the reason I'm here is I want to be in an isometric state, so I'm at my end range of my current split for the video here. We're going to start by pulling in, isometrically loading, so I'm actually using my adductors and all of the inner muscles to pull my leg in with no movement, and I'm pulling as hard as I can, okay? I'm continuing to breathe. That's the biggest thing. As you get into these ranges and we start pulling, a lot of the time our breathing will decrease right away. So you want to maintain that breath. So I'm going to pull in as hard as I can, making sure I'm breathing. Pull, pull, pull. Ideally, I'm going to hold this until exhaustion. So as we're holding through here, checking in with the breath, making sure I'm comfortable. Lots of pulling through here. I'm looking for a shake. That shake is my nervous system learning, my body learning to control the range. Pulling, pulling, pulling. I'm going to take a break there. Usually that would let you sink in a little bit more comfortably. So I'm in a bit of an expanded range now from where I first started. Now I want to practice control at this end range. I'm going to start with my left leg. I'm going to do some internal and external rotations. So external rotation, I'm going to be sitting up. My knee and my foot are going to rotate out. I'm going to go slow, and I'm going to go as far as I can, pushing at the end range because I want to learn control here. Pushing, pushing, pushing out, and slowly I'm going to rotate back in. Same thing, if I feel my breathing decrease, I'm going to stop where I am. I'm going to re-engage my breath and make sure that I'm good to go until I go farther. For internal, I'm going to try and raise my heel up as much as I can while rotating everything in. There's not a lot of movement for me right here, but I've got the pull, I can feel it, and I'm breathing through that. I'm going to lower. I'm going to do the same on this leg. Externally rotate. You can see a lot more movement here. I'm going as far as I can. Breathing. Slowly coming down. I'm going to go into my internal rotation, so trying to lift my heel up. Internally rotating through my femur. Slowly coming down. I'm going to do that a few times on both sides until I feel pretty comfortable where I am. Then I'm going to switch into contractions through my adductors. I'm going to be pulling myself up. I'm assisting with my hands slightly. A nice concentric contraction there. Then I'm going to go into a slow eccentric, so a lengthening through my adductors. So I'm going to assist slightly with my hands if I want. Sliding out. So again, I'm learning how to control this sliding range. Getting back here, feeling more comfortable than when I first started. I'm going to repeat what I did. The isometric, so the pulling in without any movement. So I'm pulling, 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 everything's firing in through here. I'm getting the shake. I'm going to go until exhaustion. I'm going to tire. I'm going to go into my external rotation. Go into my internal rotation. Onto the other side. And from here, I usually do a little bit of trunk work. So while I'm feeling pretty good, I want to practice different ranges so my upper body isn't getting stuck. Like, this is the only way I can do the split. I want lots of mobility through my upper body. So I'm going to practice all kinds of different upper body ranges while my legs maintain that extended range. And then I'm going into my contraction, and then back down into my eccentric. I'm going to do this as many times as I can throughout the day. So at the clinic, it's really nice. I can do this in between clients. So I'm talking maybe 15 times a day I'm doing this. That's why I'm seeing some really nice results really quickly. Doing it even once a day, you will progress through your splits. The more you can expose your nervous system to this kind of stimulation, the faster it's going to want to adapt. All right? So at home, if you don't have a box to practice this with, you can use a chair. You can lean on it, put your hand on it, whichever way you want. Lots of support, and you've got your nice slide. All of the same things. You can do your isometric pulling in, your rotations. You can do your slides. If you're training in shoes and you're on a hard surface, you may not have the same amount of slide. So what you can do with those is put a couple towels down. So I've just got some face cloths here. Back to my box here. With your shoes, this is going to give you then the slide. If you're at a gym and you've got sliders, you can use those too. Okay? And then as you just go through your progression, as things are getting easier and you've got more and more range to play with, then you want to progress, you want to drop things down. Towels make a really nice thing for adding different amounts of height. They yield a little bit. And you can do your slides down. And if I wanted, I could train by taking the towels off, then taking the foam roller off and putting one towel down, and then just progressing lower and lower as we go. All right? So that's what I've been doing for the side splits. It's working really, really well. Like I said, it's a good, strong, neurologically focused way of stretching. And let me know what you think. Give it a try.